स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। 3 times गायत्री मंत्रम प्लीज। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। We meditate on the spiritual effulgence of that adorable supreme divine reality, the source of the three phenomenal worlds. May that supreme divine being stimulate our intelligence so that we may realize the supreme truth. Selfless universal prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु सर्वः सद्बुद्धिमाप्नोतु सर्वः सर्वत्र नन्दतु। हरिः ओम्। Yes, namaste to all of you. Gita Dhyana Shlokas Parayanam, please. Please open the book, or if you are memorized, no problem, chant. पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिता भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयत्रतजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमलः प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Salutations to that God whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra, and the Maruts praise with divine hymns, whom the Sama chanters sing by Vedas and their Angas in the Pada and Krama methods, and by the Upanishads, whom the yogis see with their minds absorbed in him through meditation, and whose end the hosts of the Devas and the Asuras know not. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Yes, Namaste, Subodayam, Suprabhatam to all of you. We shall come to the main text, 13th chapter. Please open the books and your video also. अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगः 27th shloka, please. 27. From there till the end. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyat vinashyantam yah pashyati sa pashyati. He sees, who sees the Supreme Lord, remaining the same in all beings, the undying in the dying. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavastitam ishvaram nahi nastyatmana atmanam tato yati parangatim. Because he who sees the Lord, seated the same everywhere, destroys not the self by the self, therefore he reaches the supreme goal. Prakrityaiva hi karmani kriyamanani sarvashah yah pashyati tatatmanam akartaram sapashyati. He verily sees, who sees that all actions are done by Prakriti alone, and that the Atman is actionless. Yada bhuta pratak bhavam ekasthamanupashyati tata eva cha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. When he realizes the whole variety of beings as resting in the One and is an evolution from that One alone, then he becomes Brahman. Anaditva nirgunatvat paramatmayamauvyayah sharirasthopi kaunteya न करोति न लिप्यते. Having no beginning and possessing no curios, this supreme self, imperishable, though dwelling in the body, O Kaunteya, neither acts nor is tainted. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat akasham nopalipyate sarvatra vastito dehe tatatmanopalipyate. As the all-pervading Akasha is not tainted by reason of its subtlety, so the self, seated in the body everywhere, is not tainted. Yatha prakashayatyekah kritsnam lokamimam ravihi kshetram kshetri tata kritsnam prakashayati bharata. As the one sun illumines this whole world, so does the Lord of the Kshetra illumine the whole Kshetra, O Bharata. Kshetra kshetragnayorevam antaram gnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti mokshancha ye viduryanti te param. They who perceive with the eye of wisdom this distinction between the Kshetra and the Kshetragna and the deliverance of beings from the Prakriti, they go into the Supreme. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yogo Nama Trayodashodhyayah. Harihi Om. Harihi Om. Okay. We shall just quickly go through what is exactly the process, what is exactly the goal of knowing all this. Kshetra, Kshetragna. What is the Kshetra, the field? What is Kshetragna, the knower of the field? What is the Paramatma, the Parabrahman or the Supreme Being? Different versions, different ways. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, as the Gita Acharya, has instructed us in 34 shlokas. So the first point is, please keep in mind or note down in your mind or in your book, the principle of gnana, principle of knowledge of the kshetra and the kshetragna is this. One is anything finite. What is finite? This world. The kshetra is finite. It is finite means it has got three things. One is time, the second is space, the third is causation. Desha kala nimitta. Desha kala nimitta. Anything that which is caught by all these three is called finite. Time is finite. 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. We are looking in small packets. One is the Mahakala, but another is the Vyavahara. So we are all in Vyavahara. So we are all based on the time, based on certain restrictions and 24 hours calendar, 365 days a year. All that is limited entity. But the yogis, the bhaktas, they are not bothered about time. When they eat, when they sleep, when they meditate, it is all connected with the Atman, connected with the cosmos. So, too much the tyranny of time is sitting on our head like a sword. Hey, do this, otherwise you will be delayed. Everybody is rushing with time, tyranny of time. But the Mahayogis, they go beyond time. So understand the difference between the finite and the infinite. The finite and non-eternal cannot be completely fulfilling. That is the first principle. Cannot be fulfilling. They give temporary satisfaction. They won't give fulfillment. Anything that has a beginning should have an end. Jara marana, jara marana. Birth, death, birth, death. Anything that comes will have to go. Kale Atmani Vind. It just merges in the wave comes out of the ocean, wave goes back into the ocean. It's not permanent. This implies that what is to be achieved is infinite and eternal, and it is already here. Discover and cover. It is only an ignorance of its presence that creates unfulfillment. Last point is knowledge or gnana, knowledge, not book knowledge, not newspaper knowledge, not technology knowledge, but the Atma Gnana. Knowledge is the only remedy for ignorance. Knowledge removes fear. Knowledge removes ignorance. So, knowledge is the only means to complete fulfillment. Knowledge of what? That is what Krishna mentioned. Kshetra, Kshetragna. What does he say? Understand me, the Jagat, and the relationship between Kshetra and Kshetragna. For example, what is real knowledge? What is this one is mentioning here? Adhyatma Gnana Nityatvam. Adhyatma Gnana Nityatvam. In the 11th shloka, he has mentioned real knowledge. Adhyatma Gnanam is real Gnana. All others is only temporary or false knowledge. Constancy in self-knowledge, perception of the end of the knowledge of truth, This is declared to be knowledge, and what is opposed to it is ignorance. Adhyatma gnana nityatvam tattva gnanartha darshanam. Perception of the end of true knowledge. Etat gnanamiti proktam. It has been said, he himself is telling, he is the Lord of everything, but he is connecting with the scriptures. Ityat etat gnanamiti proktam agnanam anyatha. Everything else is agnanam only. So that knowledge, me, the world, my relationship with the world, that will give you freedom, that will give you anandam. There are certain prerequisites. There are certain conditions for knowing that knowledge. Just like for meditation, you should practice yama niyama, asana pranayama, pratyara dharana, then dhyana. Similarly, for understanding kshetra and kshetragna, or the Paramatma or the Supreme Being, we have to have some, it is called prerequisites. Number one, unbiased mind. Unbiased mind, Vishuddhatma. The Bhagavad Gita meaning is Vishuddhatma. Second, that means free from likes and dislikes, Raga, Dvesha. Then calm mind, Vijitatma. These are all Bhagavad Gita ideas only. The vocabulary, the terms. Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma. The third is Jitendriyaha. Jitendriyaha, introverted mind, controlled mind. Indriyas, he has controlled or has conquered the Indriyas. He is the master, he is not a slave. Then after these prerequisites, preparation for your knowledge. For just like you go into the laboratory with a particular dress, leaving your outside slippers, laboratory slippers are different. Or a doctor goes into brain surgery, he has to wear a cap, he has to prepare, he has to sanitize himself, all that is there. Preparation is there. Similarly, for Gnana also preparation. Number one, Karma Yoga, meditation to calm the mind, and Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. Then we have third P, prerequisites, preparation, and the process, pranalika, what steps you will take to gain that clear knowledge or real knowledge. Again and again, I've been telling in other classes also, Upanishad principles or processes, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Listen to the scriptures. If others are reading, you listen, or you read and listen, others will also listen. So Shravanam, that is where Satsangam matters. Think deeply about it, Manana. Think about the implications of it in everyday life and apply it. That is called Nididhyasana. Then what is the truth? Krishna has already mentioned what is the real knowledge. But I mentioned first day, Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapter, 666. First 6 deals with Tvam. Second 6 deals with Tat. Third 6 deals with Asi. Tat Tvam Asi. Thou art that. You are that. This is the truth. This is the Mahavakya. What does it mean? What does this Mahavakya mean? Dani artham emiti, dani yoka uddesham emiti. Subject and object are the same, first point. Now let us go deeper, be a little more serious, little more concentrating on this. Subject and object are the same. There is only one underlying entity that is both me and the world, Jiva Jagat. Jiva Jagat. Everything is me only. Each soul is potentially divine. When I am divine, you are also divine. When you are divine, I am also divine. So there is a continuous flow of oneness. Next, who am I then? Who am I? Let us understand subject and object characteristic and relationships. From outside, let us go inside slowly. First point, I is the object. I ante chakshu, not the aham bhavam. Chakshu, I, E-Y-E. I is the object. Sorry, I is the subject. Now what is the object? The vastu, that which we are seeing. I am seeing laptop. I am seeing a pen stand. I am seeing a small tumbler for water. I am seeing a book. I am seeing the monitor. You are seeing the monitor. You are seeing a picture there. These are all objects for the subject called the I. Next, objects of vision are objects. Properties like shape, size, color are the objects. Okay. Object is the vastu which has got color, which has got shape, which has got smell, which has got a particular size. These are objects. Subject is the I. Kallu, chakshu. Next, we are going one step inside. The terms will change. Be careful. The mind is the subject now. Earlier picture, earlier point. I is the subject. Now what is the subject? Your manas. Mind is the subject. And what is the object? I, E-Y-E. Properties like healthy, blind, myopic, colorblind, night blind are of the object only. External object, I is the subject. External eyes, mind is the subject. So all the eye problems, cataract problems, myopic, night blindness, and color blindness or perfect eyes are of the object. Okay. Now another step inside. I am the subject, mind is the object. Samajh gaya? I am the subject, mind is the object. What is the working of the mind there? Mind is awake, mind is sleeping, mind is dreaming. These are all of the mind only. These are all the properties of the object. Now let me go outside. Color, shape, size of a thing. Objects. What is seeing them? I as the subject. Okay? Second step. I is the object. What is seeing the eye? Manas or the mind. And now mind becomes the object. The I, the buddhi becomes the subject. And what is the working of the mind? It is awake, it is dreaming, it is in deep sleep, etc. I am the one who knows that I slept well last night. This common Vedantic example. 4 or 5 common examples are there in Vedanta, any scripture. One is this: as soon as you wake up, how nicely I slept. Or how I did not sleep well. Okay. And second example, snake and the rope. The rope is there, but the snake is superimposed on the rope. This is another ignorance. Third example, there is a silver coin on the seashore. The silver coin is on the seashore. The ignorant man will run because it is silver coin. He will take it in his hand. He will see only a shell which was shining because of the sunshine. is another example. Fourth example, cloud appears as a flower to an ignorant fellow. Akasha kusumavat. There is a flower in the sky. Where is the flower? It is not in the sky, it is in his mind only. But that fellow thinks, hey, there is that flower there, there is a flower there. So these are 4 or 5 common examples in Vedanta to tell you the truth, to tell you the false. So similarly, here also they are telling their different examples. I am the one who knows that I slept well last night. Next point, who am I then? I am the ultimate subject. Discarding all that can be objectified, what is left is what I am. Annamaya Kosha. Second what? Pranamaya Kosha. No, I am not just energy. I am not just breathing fellow. Third is Manomaya Kosha. No, 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 no. Mind also is continuously changing. Fourth, Gnanamaya Kosha or Vignanamaya Kosha. No, 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 that also I am not. Finally, fifth is Anandamaya Kosha. No, 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 no. This Anandam is only temporary. I am that I am, permanent. I am Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavaha. Okay. I can never be an object. I'm always the subject. Sakshi Chaitanya. It is called in Sanskritam Aprameya. I can never be an object. Aprameya. Now little deeper please. Coming to the Atman. All color, size, shapes belong to objects only. Next. Subject can never have any properties. It is that only, that's all, that, tat. That which does not have properties cannot be prone to any change. Nirvikara, nirakara, nirvikara. No modifications, beyond modifications. That which does not change, that which we read now, five shlokas, Bhagavad Gita. It does not change. It is Nitya, eternal. And Sarvatra, omnipresent. That which does not change cannot act also, Akarta. Nor can be affected by any action, Abhokta. Akarta, Abhokta, Nitya, Sarvatra, Nirguna. Tattvam Asi. Okay. Next, little more deeper. Who am I? I am the ultimate subject. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I have no properties. I am changeless, Nirvikara. I am eternal, Nitya. I am omnipresent, Sarvatra. I am the non-doer, witness only. I am unaffected by anything outside. All affection, all changes and everything is only in the external nature, Prakriti. What is an object? Next point. Vastu ante emiti. Difference తెలుసుకోండి. క్షేత్ర అంటే ఏమిటి? క్షేత్రజ్ఞ అంటే ఏమిటి? కొంచెం కొంచెం తెలుసుకోవడం మంచిది. थोड़ा थोड़ा मन में रखना है. An object, a vastu, is perceived by the sense organs. It can be eyes, it can be ears, it can be nose, it can be smell, it can be touch. Because it has got a particular form. Eyes means form, rupa. Then it has got a mental image. Vastu has got a mental image. Rose, lotus, hibiscus, pen, building, all that is vastu. limitations are there. Even an abstract object which does not have rupa has a nama. It can be abstract. I can just tell chattu, vriksha, tree. What tree? But some tree. That it becomes an object. Then you give colors, you give names, you give some place, you give its dimensions. Like that, other qualities, properties will come. Is there more to an object apart from nama and rupa? What is common between even two most dissimilar objects? Let us say frog, kappa, or mug. Two different objects. Nama is different, rupa is different. Frog or a mug, building or a tree. We usually ignore the obvious. They both exist. Frog is there, mug also is there. They are asti. I'm able to see them. I'm seeing a frog jumping from one place to another. I'm seeing the mug in my right side. Both are there, true. The object. They both get known. The property safety. This is a metal mug. That is a living frog. So asti bhati. They both get known. They can be analyzed, they can be studied, they can be cut into pieces. It all depends on your senses. It depends on your mind. Manas and Indriyas do that mischief or do that analysis. Next. Looking beyond the senses and the mind, every object that we can perceive or think of exists and shines. Looking beyond the senses and the mind, every object exists, every object can be perceived, every object shines. The properties of the object are merely the ways as which it shows itself. I keep an apple in my hand, that is the way it is revealing its color, revealing its taste. The pen stand is having its own shape, its own color, its own properties. It can be metal, it can be wood, it can be plastic, like that. Then let me give you example, common example in Vedanta, khata, pot. What is the pot made of? Mud. Normally mud, that is the example. Older time, now plastic pot has come, that's they have not taken plastic, they take mud and pot. Ghata and matti, okay, mati. So mati has got its own form, ghata its own form. We call mud pot, but we have given a quality pot, a different shape to the mud. But in reality, what is it? In reality, it is clay only, clay pot we say, clay pot, plastic pot, metal pot. That is the reality. The base is the reality. Gold ornament, gold earring, gold chain, gold table. Base is gold only for everything, small or big. Similarly, if the form and name of an object is ignored, the underlying substratum is the real object. Remove the shape, remove the name. It remains only gold or it is clay. All right. Next example. When we look beyond the properties, beyond the gunas, triguna, beyond that, Deshakala Nimitta, Tamas Rajas Sattva, all these are gunas, properties. When we remove that gunas, every object is the same everywhere. Ekam, everywhere it is ekam. Whether you go to Delhi, whether you go to Himalaya, whether you go to Bengal, whether you go to Maharashtra, whether you come to Hyderabad, all same only. Properties will change. Language may change, but it is same only. That which does not have properties cannot be prone to any change. Beyond gunas, beyond space-time causation, it is nirvikara. The moment I give a color, the moment I give a name and form, it is limited. That which does not change, nirvikara, cannot do any action, akarta, nor can be affected by any action, abhokta. Now, subject and object. Both the subject and object have the same qualities. Without properties, changeless, eternal, omnipresent, actionless, unaffected. The only difference is between the subject and the object. The one is object, prameya, and the other is subject, aprameya. The object is only a mirror image of the subject. So what is inside comes outside. Spider, they give another example in Vedanta, spider. You know, spider, what is inside the spider? It brings out saliva. The web that we see in our rooms, in our storehouses, spider is there, spider. It brings out that web, waits for some time, some insect will be caught, it will eat the insect, and if you leave it alone, the spider will take away the web and goes to some other place. What is inside came out. The object is only a mirror image of the subject. What are you seeing in the mirror? You are seeing your own reflection. This is the truth. Tat tvam asi. Thou art that. So when it comes to the end of this Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, Krishna is giving a beautiful description of oneness. Bahutvam lo ekatvam. Refer to, after the class is over, refer to 10th chapter. Every Saturday I am taking class in Telugu. Today also it is there. All Telugu people should attend. I won't say compulsory, I will say mandatory. Either physically or online you can attend, so that you will get the continuity. Otherwise you will be in difficulty. You will forget. Mind nature is forgetfulness. Not that it is this one, but it will hide. The truth will hide behind false. The world that I see, the Jagat, is just a mirror image of the subject. Now you see. Open last few shlokas. As the all-pervading Akasha, yata sarvagatam saukshmyad, Akasham nopalipyate, sarvatra vastito dehe, tatatma nopalipyate. Krishna is giving the example of Akasha or Vayu. Gali, it brings sandalwood paste, sandalwood smell, and I will enjoy. For the Vayu, there is no experience. It is just floating inside, that's all. It is not tainted. Sometimes bad smell will come, rotten smell will come, flower smell will come, but the Akasha is not tainted. Similarly, the self seated in the body everywhere is not tainted by whatever you do, whatever you think, or whatever you go, wherever you go. So the idea here in yoga is, I am never affected by the properties of anything and the changes to the properties. Next point. I am infinite. I am eternal. I am just a witness. Nitya Shuddha Sakshi Chaitanya. I am pure consciousness. Chaitanya here is Sat Chit Ananda. What is God? Who is God? Satchidananda is God. Sat is consciousness. Sat is existence. Okay. It is God alone lives. Soul alone lives. Spirituality alone lives. Hold on to that. Pure consciousness, Chit. Existence, Sat. Full of bliss, Ananda. Okay. This is a serious subject, but I'm just giving you points so that when you get time, you read Gnana Yoga, read Bhagavad Gita again, and meditate over it, you will get understood. So, external world cannot give you any fulfillment. Only the Atman can give you fulfillment. There is no place for desire, greed, jealousy, pride, anger, etc. Because it is not connected with you. You are only a Sakshi. As the one sun illumines this whole world, so the Lord of the Kshetra illumines the whole Kshetra. That is Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, Bhagavad Gita teaching. I just keep watching the play of the properties. Sakshi, 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 witness. It is just a game. Prapancham Akata. Winning or losing does not matter. There is no need to cheat also. So once this Gnana enters inside, no cheating, no black marketing, no bribing. Who is bribing who? Who is doing all this drama? Everyone and everything is I only. Ekameva nadvitiya. So how can I cheat somebody? If I am cheating somebody, I am cheating myself. Everything is in me and I am in everything. Yet I am unaffected by all this. The lotus is in the water. The water cannot be on the lotus. Only the gunas are playing. Only the Prakriti Leela is going on. This is the truth. This truth alone can give complete fulfillment. This alone can give you freedom and sorrow. Freedom from sorrow. Freedom from sorrow. Knowing this truth, there is nothing more to be known. This is the climax. This is the final. Sri Ramakrishna says beautifully, there is a rope which is burnt. Kalipeina tadu. Rope which is burnt. Now it is a rope. You are seeing it, but it is burnt. The binding effect of the rope has gone. The property is dissolved. Okay? So when there is no property, there is no ignorance. There is no bondage. The burnt rope cannot bind your hand. It cannot tie. But it is just there. Naam ke vaste. It is like the burning of camphor. Sri Ramakrishna tells, burning of camphor. It is not like burning the fuel which leaves the ash behind. True spiritual pursuit, that sadhana that we are supposed to do, it is called pursuit. It leads the sadhaka into samadhi. It leads the sadhaka into samadhi, in which the jagat and the jiva are eliminated. नाम रूपा निकाल दो. All relative existence vanish, leaving behind Brahman, the absolute. So what is there finally? The one remains, the many come and pass. The one remains, the many come and pass. One sun, whole world is illuminated. One Chaitanya, the whole world is full of Chaitanya. One Atma, the whole world is full of the Atma. Okay? So that is how we have to understand this truth. Slowly, slowly, it is question of time, it is question of maturity, it is a question of meditation. Meditation. So when you meditate on the Om or repeat the mantra given by your Ishtadevata, given by your Guru, chosen deities mantra, whether it's Panduranga mantra, whether it's Shiva mantra, whether it is Krishna mantra, whether it is Shakti mantra, Ganesha mantra, doesn't matter. All lead to that Supreme Being. External nama, but finally, if you're a Bhakta, you will reach the Paramatman. If you're a Gnani, you will reach the Paramatman. Okay, so like that, we have to understand the 13th chapter, little tricky chapter, but again and again reading. It's not just one day circus. Okay. So with this background of Gnana, Vignana, Agnana, let us meditate 10 minutes and then disperse for you to think about it as much as possible. Back straight, eyes closed, relaxed mind, peaceful mind, a calm, deep, silent mind. First, we worship the external being, a particular deity, our Ishta Devata. It can be Narayana, it can be Maheshwara, Shiva, Devi, or Ganesha, Rama, Krishna, divine incarnations, Gauranga, Sri Ramakrishna. That is called Ishta Devata or chosen ideal. So according to our taste, according to our meditation capacity, we take up that particular Ishta Devata. So once you go deeper and deeper into the mantra and the qualities of God, qualities of your Ishta Devata, you spend more time on the qualities. It becomes Rupa Dhyana. First is Nama Dhyana, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, or Om Namah Shivaya, or only Omkara, or Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So more and more you repeat from Nama, it becomes Rupa. It takes a particular form of that Ishta Devata. And as the mind dives deeper, the attraction for the world reduces. Worldly pleasures reduces. You will feel more vairagyam, more dispassion, more detachment. After that, Atma Jyoti awakens. Mind becomes very pure. All the dust and all that nonsense and all the attractions and attachments will disappear. So there is illumination in your heart. Then the Ishta Devata becomes very real to you, real to the sadhaka, pratyaksha pramana. As the aspirant continues, by Daivanugraham, the Ishta Devata merges in the supreme consciousness. It becomes formless. He will feel, Sri Ramakrishna says, like a salt doll in the ocean. Swami Vivekananda defined God and the individual. He said, man is an infinite circle. Man is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but the center is located in one spot. And God is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but whose center is everywhere. I will read again. I want all of you to think about it. The Jiva or Manush is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but his center is in one place. God, the opposite. Infinite circle, circumference nowhere, but his center is everywhere. So from this tiny body-mind complex, we enter our heart and there see the Ishta Devata, and Ishta Devata merges in the formless. And that formless becomes Sarvatra. Everywhere is God. Samam Pashyan hi Sarvatra. Samavastitam Ishwaram. न हिनस्त्यात्मनात्मानं ततो याति परांगतिम. So next important thought for your meditation is this. The Gnani, his identification is only with God, not with worldly things. He discriminates. He will tell again and again any thought that will come, any desire that will come, any memory that will come. Not this, not this. Neti, neti. He will discriminate. He will detach. He will remove the coverings by saying, not this, not this. Only then can he realize Brahman. But higher than the Gnani, who just says, not this, not this, neti, neti, there is another quality called Vijnana, another higher state. What does the Vijnani do? He is acquainted with Brahman, realizes something more. He realizes that the steps are made of the same material as the roof, whether it is bricks, whether it's lime, brick dust, mortar, etc. When he starts eliminating, when you start eliminating, not this, not this, you find iti, iti everywhere, God everywhere, the Brahman everywhere. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra. Not in just one place. You see God in all places, in all beings, the entire Brahmanda. And Vijnani has got super experience. What is that super experience? Immovable and actionless. End of the day, what is our goal? Total fulfillment. Sampurna Anandam. Sampurna Gnanam. Sampurna Purnam. Om Vasato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam. Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Rub the palms very nicely, please, all of you. Gently roll over your eyelids as usual, forehead and face. So we come to the end of this short-term course with meditation on 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Dhanyavadam to all of you. Dhanyavadam to all of you for giving me an opportunity to share some thoughts with all of you. That is your goodness. If the audience are not there, what will I do? I will sit in my room and study for myself. Now I am doing oral puja, vak puja. There is something called Manasa puja. There is something called vak puja. There is something called bahya puja, physical worship. So what we have done is vak puja. No flowers, nothing. Only chanting and meditating and home is all vak puja and Manasa puja. Right. So let me just take quick reactions from new people. First, let me ask Chandana, IPE, MBA student, to share her feelings. Unmute and speak, Chandana ji. Yes, you can unmute.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
It's so nice. I have got a good opportunity in this way. Actually, I like Bhagavad Gita a lot. I read at least 2 or 3 a day.
Very good.
So it's very nice getting the meaning of it, learning it, and knowing the meaning of every word to word. It's so nice interacting with you like in this way.
Yeah. So what is the takeaway? What is the important thing that you got?
The connection between body and mind.
Yes. You're able to concentrate, you're able to take things in your heart, into your memory.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes. Very good. Please continue.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for giving this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you for your thanks.
I'm so thankful for this. Thank
you thank the dean also for arranging that orientation so that you and Gautam and others got connected. Share this message to everybody. Share this message in a document to your friends. Youngsters should flow more and more. So you take up some responsibility of sharing and creating a wave in their mind so that next class, which will be in September, 14th chapter, more of your team members can get benefited. Somewhere some good fellows will be there. Let us identify them and bring them into the flow of meditation, Vedanta, Vivekananda, Bhagavad Gita, etc. Okay?
Yes, Guruji.
Thank you. Thank you
Definitely.
very much. Yes, who else is new? First timers, please. First timers, please unmute and speak. Who wants to say first time? Who are attending this series 6-day course? Yes, who is that? Bharat.
Yeah, Bharat. My name
Yes,
is
Bharat ji, tell
Yes,
me.
sir. Yeah, this is the first time I am attending this course from you regarding the meditation to Bhagavad Gita. Earlier
Okay.
today, I have attended yoga classes in Ramakrishna Math, Bangalore.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh,
So this time, like I have read books on meditation through Bhagavad Gita, but this is like a practical approach to whatever is told in that book. Actually, like we get only 10%, 20% if we read the book. Now it's practical. Once you are telling how to do it in terms of explaining meaning and all those things, like it's a real connection to what has been explained in those books.
yeah.
Very good practical experience what I had for it.
Fantastic. Keep up the spirit and continue other chapters also.
Sure, okay.
Every month, 6 days, allot for this. A notification will come, and next month we'll have 14th chapter.
Okay, thanks.
So like that, next 5 months, you can get a schedule every month, get connected, and other courses if you're interested. Sunday satsang and other topics when we advertise, when we put in our website, you can join.
Thank
you. Very good. Thank you very much, Bharatji. Yes, anybody else, please? Anybody else? New people first.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Very nice.
My name is Sashikant.
Ah,
Yes. So this is my first month in this course. So
Okay.
normally I use this time just to sit by myself and meditate.
okay.
And maybe I read a little bit of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and take some thought from it and meditate on that.
Okay.
But I found this 1 week very useful because one thing I saw is like normally I just meditate on Sri Ramakrishna's form.
Okay.
But I saw that we can also use thought because you were talking about the truth in like especially today, just the same thing you were just coming from like all different ways. So like I felt that I don't need to get rid of thought, rather I could just like, direct it like you are doing it and
Yes.
use it to go back to Sri Ramakrishna.
Yes, yes. Where are you from?
I'm from Hyderabad, sir. I'm in Kukatpally.
Oh, oh, oh. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. Come to the mat
Yes.
and practice and participate in our activities, in our events. Both little seva kar sakte hain, and you can get more and more joy and more satsang.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Now, can I get some old people, please? Old means previously attended. First, let me start with Bombay. Anita ji.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
13th chapter, little difficult लगा.
Yes. technical chapter.
लेकिन फिर भी meditation तो अच्छा ही हुआ है और regularly मैं करती हूँ अभी practical application of Bhagavad Gita. Yes.
We're able to get some grip over this one, some hold.
Yes.
Not that
For
we-
meditation.
Not that it is higher this one, but with some support so that you can go forward with that.
फिर
Practice.
meditation तो कर सकते हैं अपन
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita. I
Yeah,
can try now.
very good. Let me ask our volunteer, Gita Krishna, if you are there behind the screen.
Good morning, Swamiji.
Very good morning.
Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is not that easy to understand. So you made it so easy, and it's really immensely helping us in learning this transcendental knowledge through 3 paths of knowledge, 3 paths of learning: Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana, as you have mentioned in previous day 3 or 2, I guess. So these 3 paths of learning knowledge has helped us in learning Bhagavad Gita shlokas more detailedly. And yeah, coming to meditation part, the Omkara chanting, the Gayatri mantra, or any selfless prayer, it just created a vibration in mind, and it was stimulating, Swamiji.
Yeah.
I thank you and really indebted for the IHE for organizing such sessions. Jai
Fantastic.
Shri Ramakrishna.
Continue the practice, continue to attend other classes
Yes, Swamiji.
so that regularity and that heat will be there.
Sure, Swamiji.
Yeah, very important. Okay. Venkataramana ji, are you new or old student? Wherever you are, please share.
ప్రణామం స్వామిజీ.
Namaste.
నేను 12th చాప్టర్ అప్పుడు అటెండ్ భక్తి యోగ క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాను మహారాజ్.
12th chapter onwards.
12th చాప్టర్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ అయింది.
Okay.
ఈ క్లాసెస్ నేను ఇక్కడ విజయవాడ నుంచి పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తున్నాను.
Oh, very nice. ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? వర్కింగ్ గా, టీచింగ్ గా, ఏంటి?
టీచింగ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ, ఫిజిక్స్ లెక్చర్.
సో ఫౌండ్ ఇట్ యూస్ఫుల్. వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఏమి నేర్చుకో, ఎలాగే అబ్జార్ప్షన్ ఏమిటి?
నేను ఇంతకు ముందు బిఫోర్ క్లాసెస్ కు అటెండ్ కాకముందు మామూలు జనరల్ చదివి మీనింగ్ లేక వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అంత పెద్ద లేదు. 12-13 చాప్టర్ బాగా దాని భావంలోకి ఎలా మనసులోకి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి, మనం మెడిటేషన్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ గా ఉంది మహారాజ్.
ఇంకో 10 మందికి చెప్పండి, అలాగా ప్రచారం చేస్తే మీకు కూడా కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ వస్తుంది, ఒక సేవాభావం.
ఇక్కడ విజయవాడ రామకృష్ణ మిషన్ కు రెగ్యులర్ గా వెళ్తుంటాం మహారాజ్.
అందరూ కనెక్టెడ్ అక్కడ. వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. రైట్. ఎనీబడి ఎల్స్ వాంట్స్ టు షేర్? నమస్తే. సంతోషం. లాస్ట్ one more person just for your anybody else who is there?
నమస్కారం స్వామిజీ.
నమస్తే. Yes.
నేను సార్ ఇది భగవద్గీత ద్వారా ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఫస్ట్ టైం కనెక్ట్ అయ్యాను సార్.
ఫస్ట్ టైం.
దీనికంటే ముందు నేను ఇప్పుడు అస్సాంలో ఉన్నాను.
అస్సాం.
అవును సార్, జాబ్ అస్సాంలో NTPC లో జాబ్ చేస్తున్నాను.
వెరీ గుడ్.
అవును సార్. రీసెంట్ గా మా ఫ్రెండ్ త్రూ తెలిసింది సార్, అంటే మన రామకృష్ణ మఠ్ ఆన్లైన్ లో ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారని చెప్పేసి అని. సో ఆ తర్వాత చూసి నేను కనెక్ట్ అయ్యాను సార్. భగవద్గీత బుక్ ఉంది ఇంట్లో, అంటే మామూలుగా రీడ్ చేసేవాడిని. బట్ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ త్రూని అంటే ఒక మీనింగ్ఫుల్ వేగా దాన్ని ఇంకా ఎట్లా అర్థం చేసుకొని రీడ్ చేయొచ్చు, అండ్ దీంతో మెడిటేషన్ అవి బాగా చేయడానికి, అండ్ మైండ్ కూడా ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అటెండ్ అయిన తర్వాత మైండ్ కూడా కామ్నెస్ పెరిగి మెడిటేషన్ చేయడానికి చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ ఉంది సార్. అండ్ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ కండక్ట్ చేసినందుకు మీ టీం అందరికి కూడా థ్యాంక్స్ సార్.
చాలా సంతోషం, చాలా ధన్యవాదం. మే శ్రీరామకృష్ణ బ్లెస్ యూ, గీతాచార్య బ్లెస్ యూ. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ప్రతిరోజు ఇలాగే ఒక 1/2 hour 40 minutes కూర్చొని నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ వరకు. వేరే క్లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయి, పర్సనాలిటీ డెవలప్మెంట్ అండ్ పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ 3-4 క్లాసెస్ ఉంటాయి. తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 3rd week లో వి కండక్ట్ ది నెక్స్ట్ మెడిటేషన్ క్లాస్. అంతవరకు పర్సనల్ ప్రాక్టీస్. అండ్ సాటర్డే ఈవినింగ్స్ 5:45, 6:45 తెలుగులో ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ గా 10th chapter is going on. యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్, జూమ్ కాదు, ఇట్స్ ఫ్రీ ఫర్ ఆల్, ఎనీబడి కెన్ అటెండ్. తెలుగు పీపుల్, ఆంధ్ర, తెలంగాణ. రామకృష్ణ మఠ్ హైదరాబాద్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్.
ఓకే స్వామిజీ.
ఓకే, జస్ట్ గూగుల్ యూట్యూబ్ లో రామకృష్ణ మఠ్ హైదరాబాద్ అని కొడితే 5:45కి లైవ్ స్ట్రీమింగ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే స్వామిజీ.
1 hour తెలుగులో, ఇది తెలుగు ప్రజల కోసం. టుడే సాటర్డే మీరు ఎవరైనా బంధువులు ఉంటే వాళ్ళందరికీ చెప్పచ్చు. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ. సంతోషం, చాలా ఆనందంగా. సో ఎనీవే we will stop here. Time also nearly 10 o'clock. So study well, meditate well, and keep up that 3 things which I keep insisting, not just request, insist. One is physical fitness, yogasanas. No holiday for yoga. Okay, there may be holiday for your stomach or for your college, but not for yogasanas, not for Surya Namaskaram, not for pranayama. Be very, very serious, sincere. So that will give you health protection and immunity, and you will be at a safe place. You will be always anchored in fitness. Even little cold, fever, some pain, some infection, all will disappear very shortly without troubling you. You remain as a witness because you have mastered your body. Detachment. Second thing, please don't give up meditation as we are doing now. Chanting of the Om, chanting of some mantras, Parayanam you do, Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Gita with meaning, very important. Only bhakti will not do. You should have the spice of gnana also. Gnana marga combined with bhakti. That is very, very important. Then study. From one side, Ramakrishna, just like our friend from Kokatpalli is studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. You all of you should start either in Hindi or Telugu or English or Bengali. Start, study. Bhagavad Gita, Kathamrita is almost similar. All right. So like that you will understand Gnana, Vignana, Karma, Sharanagati, all that will come in Kathamrita. Every day 5 pages you read in the night or early morning. And read other related spiritual books, meditation and spiritual life. There's another beautiful book called Spiritual Practice by Swami Ashokananda. There's another book called Meditation, Mind and Patanjali Yoga. Wonderful book. And there's another book called Mind, Its Mysteries and Control. It's Mysteries and Control by Swami Shivananda, Divine Life Society, Mahaguru, Mahayogi. So his lessons in that. Meditation and spiritual life, which I recommend like a doctor to the patients. Please have a personal copy, physical copy in the Mutt. It is available in every Ramakrishna Mutt center. It will be available. It is available in all languages. So no problem. Hindi, Bengali, English, Telugu, Marathi, every language. Okay. Bhagavad Gita, as viewed by Vivekananda, one book is there. Chidbhavananda Swami, commentary by Swami Chidbhavananda, who was Swami Shivananda Mahapurush Maharaj's disciple of our order. His Bhagavad Gita, excellent, very simple. Like that, some other spiritual books you take and methodically read other than general books. Okay. So reading habit, meditation habit, and exercise habit should become part of your daily routine out of 24 hours. So I pray to Gitacharya ji, I pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Mother and Swamiji to bless you all, to bless me also with high wisdom, supreme devotion, and Parama Ananda. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. One last announcement I forgot is for school children, 4th standard to 10th, we are conducting Bala Vikas from September 5th. 4 months course. Yogasana every day, morning 1 hour before they go to school. And moral classes, bhajan classes only on Sunday, morning 9 to 11. That will go till December 26th, last Sunday of December 2021. So let us end 2021 with good values, good health, strength and peace, so that 2022 we can lead a more peaceful, more joyful, more safer life. So children's camp is there. It is called Shraddha Camp. Please help us to reach school children in every city, state of the country. All India camp, online classes. So everybody can come. Hyderabad, Telangana, Maharashtra, Pune, Delhi, Bombay, Kolkata, everywhere. Please spread this message in your social media. Okay. Thank you very much. Tomorrow evening satsang is there. You can connect it. You can write to us if you are a new person. If you are already attending, continue with the same link, 5:30 to 7. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sri Gita Sharanam. Jai Ramakrishna. Thank you. Shubha Dinam and Shubha Varam.